How have you been?
Very busy. Yeah, I think 2022, we thought we might have a bit of a break after 2021, but I think it's only just March and it's been such a busy news year already. So yeah, it's been
Yeah,
it's been very hectic.
yeah, there's been a lot of things going on in the world.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, yeah, thank you for like saying yes to the video call.
No problems. You're very welcome. Thanks for accommodating it because I know it's hard just to kind of meet up just with everything that's going on at the moment. So yeah, pleasure.
Um, would you be able to like tell the people who are watching like who you are and what you do and stuff?
Sure, yeah, sure, no problems. I'm Tracy Vo, so I work at Channel 9 News. Uh, I'm a reporter, presenter, do a bit of radio as well for our radio station 6PR. And I just, have great, wonderful people at work that I've been able to meet you through PAV, actually, through Matthew Pavlich at Zero to Hero. So yeah, it's a great place to work, and yeah, I just we've got a great team there as well.
Yeah, yeah. I've I don't know why, but like when I watch the news, like you're my favorite person. It's like
Oh, thanks.
I was like starstruck when I met you at the ball. It was
Oh, that's very kind. That's very kind. Thank you. I'm very flattered and humbled. You're going to keep me in a job, Luke. That's a good thing.
um, have you ever been like affected by mental health and or like anything?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think everyone in a way experiences mental health issues through the years. I think mine sort of probably stemmed from I probably built a little bit of anxiety. I think I was living away in Sydney actually for work. I started work there when I was only about 19, 20. And I've been in Sydney for about 19 years and being away from my family because I'm very close to them. And life got a little bit hard. Life gets a bit tough just with work and paying the bills and that sort of stuff. And then so I probably did go through a bit of a tough time, a bit of a rough time. So you feel a little bit, you spiral out of control and your mind goes in different directions. So yeah, I've kind of found some moments in life quite tough. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How did you like deal with like going through that stuff?
Mm. Probably at first not the healthiest way. So, probably, sort of not sure how open you want me to, but just probably having a few more drinks than I probably should have. And, you kind of just sort of drown your sorrows in that way. And then I thankfully, I'll be honest, I decided to make a phone call to Lifeline. It was one late night and I was on my own in my apartment and it really, really got to a dark, dark place. And I just didn't know who else to talk to that was sort of removed from who I was and who knew me. So, because everyone who knows me normally knows that I'm quite bubbly and, I have a bit of a vibrant personality and have some energy, but they'd find it really odd if I was sort of a bit flat and not quite right. So, yeah, I must admit, yeah, I made that phone call and chatted to a really lovely lady who was just a counsellor on the other side of the phone. And she really helped me through. It was very simple steps, but just sort of guided my mind out of that spiral that I kind of crawled into. I think it really helps just to talk to someone else, talk to a third party. I mean, I've got very, I'm very close to my family and I've got really good mates who I can speak to now. But I think if you're really in sort of that darker place, it's important to try to reach out to those services that are out there.
Yeah. When I was going through stuff in like primary school and stuff, my mum, she just like grabbed the phone and she said, speak to this person. And that like helped me. So yeah, they do help. Like there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they make you think about certain things that you probably don't think about when you're in those
Yeah.
moments, you know what I mean? So they ask the right questions. So I think, I mean, amazing, you know, kudos to your mum. She's got those numbers on speed dial.
Yeah. Um, do you have any like highlights from your job? Like, what's your favorite part of being?
Oh gosh. Um, every time people like try to ask me that question, it's always so hard to answer. I mean, I think the highlight for me is that I'm still around and still doing it after I've been with I'll be hitting 15 years this year. So, and then almost about 20 years on top of that with media in general. I think I think now, you know, after being on the road for so long and doing so many different kinds of stories, I think now it's just learning new stories, learning different stories, and learning people's stories. Um, and I mean, the highlight for me, obviously, I've covered a lot of big stories around the world, which have been a really great achievement for me. But now I think for me, it's just learning other people's stories, and also, I guess, also sharing some good stories as well, happy stories that make people laugh or smile. We can sort of get so bogged down with very really heavy news that sometimes it's nice to give people a bit of brightness in the news as well.
Yeah.
So like recently we did a Valentine's Day story, and it was this older couple who the husband used the same Valentine's Day card for the last since 1983, so 30 odd years, 38 years. And it was just a lovely love story, and they're in their 80s, and yeah, so that, and we got so many comments about that. So they're kind of like the highlights now, I think.
Did COVID affect you at all, like with your job? Or
So when COVID hit in 2020, I was actually in Sydney working for the Today Show, and then we got wind that WA would close the border to the rest of, or to Sydney especially. So I made the call to pull the pin and move back to Perth. So that's probably the first impact of COVID. And I mean, when I got back, it was a bit strange because we had been separated. Like, you know, they separated some of the presenters away from the reporters. And so I was downstairs with Tomo, Michael Thompson, our chief presenter, and it was a bit odd because there was hardly anyone in the office. So a lot of the people who can work from home worked from home. Um, I think it's just changed how we do stuff in the media like this. You know, we can do Zoom calls now, you know, and we do a lot of interviews over Zoom now. It was unheard of before. It was always like, no, you have to send a camera, face-to-face interview, that sort of stuff. So I think that's really changed our dynamic, and technology-wise, we've had to really sort of ramp up how we sort of do things. But that's really just how it's sort of impacted me, really. I mean, we obviously take the precautions we have to make sure we're safe, because we're out there.
yeah,
You know, we're not sort of, we can't work from home.
yeah. Um, yeah, COVID like it, it's gone up like heaps lately, but I think we sort of have to like deal with it now. Like it's just a part
Yeah, I
of our
think,
life.
I mean, yeah, I mean, well, we've a week now into the border reopening, and we were always expecting the numbers to ramp up anyway.
Yeah,
I think it's just now a matter of taking the precautions where you can. Like, I'm quite careful where I can be, wear my mask where I need to, make sure I've got my hand sanitizer these days. But I think that's the way we're living. We've got to live with
yeah,
COVID now. I think that's life, unfortunately, and we just hope that, you know, people who are vulnerable can stay safe. That's all.
yeah. I feel like it's gonna be around for a while, like us dealing with it and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going away anytime soon.
With Zero to Hero, what what's I had a question. It's gone. But like, what was the main reason you went to the ball, and what did you think about my very panicky speech?
No, no, you did well. You did so well. You're very inspiring, and I think you know, we were very captivated by you, even though, you know, you had a few silent moments, but that kind of added to your speech. You know what I mean? It gave a bit more of an impact. Obviously, Zero to Hero, Matthew Pavlich is the patron, the ambassador, and I mean, first and foremost, we always love to support each other. You know, us as colleagues and friends. You know, with whatever passion that we're involved in, and he's very passionate about Zero to Hero. I think what I love about Zero to Hero as well is that, you know, I mean, I went through a few things when I was a youngster. You know, when I was in primary school, I had just, you know, a little bit of, so the girls tease you a bit, and I'm obviously of Vietnamese descent. I'm a Vietnamese Australian, so you know, there was a comment about my skin, and that sort of I held that on well into when I got into high school. So high school was a bit rough, and sometimes I wish, you know, these kinds of camps that Zero to Hero hold, I sometimes wish back in the day that there might have been something there for me to attend, that, you know, you could meet sort of people that might be like-minded. But fortunately for me, in high school, I did meet a really good group of friends, and we're still friends now, 20 odd years later. But yeah, I think that's what I really like about Zero to Hero. It really is passionate about mental health amongst youngsters, and making sure that you guys are healthy and fit for the future, because you know, you should be, you know, you have to be given a chance in that way. So and I've been to 2 balls now, and I've just, it's always fun. It's always a fun event. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first ever one, so I didn't know what I was expecting. It was,
No, you did very well. We, you know, your speech was just it was compelling, but it was just raw. It was you, which was really lovely. And that's what we want to hear, though. You know, we want to hear your personal stories and stuff. So no, well done.
Thank you. Yeah, Ash asked me, like, I think a week before, so I didn't.
All right. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, but go speak in front of people. Yeah. Do you think sorry, my mind's gone blank.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Um,
How did you find the speech at the ball?
it was.
How did you find, how were you afterwards? Do you feel more like, oh, I feel like a bit relieved, like a weight's been lifted, or?
Yeah. Well, yeah, when I like went up to the stage, I was speaking to Matthew, and for some reason I was asking if he was nervous. But I think that was just because I was very nervous. And he was like, "Yeah, I get nervous," but that's sort of like that helped me. Like, but I still panic. But yeah, after
we all get nervous. We all get nervous. So,
yeah, but after everyone was like coming up to me saying like how well I did, and they were saying my story, like how it made them feel. And I was like, I felt like I couldn't walk, but
yeah,
it was,
I know you probably have a bit of like jelly legs, don't you, when you get off the stage?
Yeah.
All that adrenaline's pumping through your body.
Yeah, but it was cool to see like how my speech made an impact on people so quickly. And with, even though like I stuffed up what I was saying, like it still was cool that people like understood what I was like trying to say. Yeah,
that's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And people should understand what you're trying to say too. I mean, I think it's such an important issue to highlight now. I think more than ever, it is crucial in this time to look after young minds. I think what you guys have to deal with at your age, it is tough. I think there's a lot of pressure to sort of, I guess, cement what your future's meant to be. But there's also pressure from the outside world, you know, material things, or, you know, even with technology. And I think all these issues are so big that you guys are facing right now. I can't even imagine being that age right now. But I must admit, like, I give credit to your generation only because you guys have more resilience. I think you guys are more strong-minded, but also you guys don't mind giving your opinion.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, because when I was in my, you know, late teens, early to into my 20s, you kind of just towed the line, and you didn't really sort of speak your mind too much. So yeah, I think there's I think youngsters, the young ones these days, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I feel like social media though, like that has made it like it's just because there's bullying at school, but now there's also bullying like wherever you go, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't really escape it. So,
No, and that's what I meant as well, like in terms of being crucial, because I think what you guys are exposed to as well, I mean, if you're in a good space, you know how to sort of ignore the white noise, and
yeah,
just you kind of let it go. But I think if you kind of get down in that, as I always say, it's a spiral. You get trapped in there, and it just keeps whipping you around in a circle. You can't sort of get out. Especially, this is a big issue, like the phones these
yeah,
days, like you're on there all the time,
yeah,
scrolling and then reading all these comments. And I mean, I learned early on to just ignore people who were trying to be cruel.
yeah.
Yeah.
I yeah, like phone. They have the good part about them, but then there's also that part.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we have to protect, people out there who might read one comment or get sent a message, from people. Like people can be cruel, the bullying online, and that just. But I think also with young people, if they're sort of in their bedrooms, parents don't know what's going on. It is a trap. So
Yeah,
I think there's, it's a good start, but we need to do more to protect
yeah,
the younger generation with that sort of stuff, for sure.
yeah. And there's also like stuff that goes into the internet that like kids shouldn't be able to see. Like
Yes.
there was like I think that was Momo, like the weird, scary face.
Yeah, yeah. I found that very strange, and I don't know why. Excuse me. Yeah, there's a lot of things online that seem to pass through, and I
Yeah,
don't know why it's allowed.
yeah,
But yeah, it's quite frightening, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can't really like, I don't know, like prevent your like kids or people from seeing it because it's just there. And
That's right.
yeah,
That's right. So no, it's very hard. It's very hard. So I think there needs to be more to be done. But
yeah,
I think, like, I guess with Zero to Hero, I think it's doing such
yeah,
great things in that sort of sense, teaching people what's good and what's right and what's wrong, what to look out for. But it's really great what kind of tools you guys are being set up with, also to sort of get you out of that dark space. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I think that's why Zero to Hero was so good because like there was no phones. So like everyone just like,
Mm.
that's why I think everyone got like such a deep connection from just like speaking, which is hardly happens
Yeah,
now. Which
yeah,
yeah,
which is great. Like, and I think that's the thing, putting down the phone and just having a chat. I think that's so important. It's so simple,
yeah,
but it's so strong. Yeah.
yeah, I, yeah. Those are all the questions I had, and
Okay. No
yeah,
worries. Yeah.
thank you for
No, pleasure. I hope it gave you a bit of an insight into how my brain works and why I do care about Zero to Hero. And but again, like, it was another opportunity to say, well done, you. I think you're a great sort of ambassador for Zero to Hero. And like, I wish you all the best, and hopefully I get to see you at the next one.
yeah. I hope so. I need to get a job so I can get the tickets.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Get cracking.
Yeah,
Hopefully the podcast can make you some money.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Luke.
Well, thank you. I
Thank you so much for having me. No, pleasure. Take care, and all the best to your family as well. And yeah, as I said, hopefully we'll see you at the next Zero to Hero event.
sounds good.
All right.
Thank
See
you.
you later.
See ya.